Hi guys, in this video we are going to cover a very important current topic with respect to the Indian economy, that is the Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill of 2018. At the end of the video we are going to discuss important MCQs based on this topic. So let's start by looking at the relevance of this topic with respect to NABARD and RBI examination. So for NABARD, this is linked to the ESI portion with regard to the subtopics reforms in banking, financial sector, recent developments in banking and financial sector, and in RBI this is linked to the FM portion with regard to the topics risk management in banking sector and recent developments in banking and financial sector. So this bill has been passed in the backdrop of Nirav Modi PNB fraud, which is worth more than 12,000 crores, and after the failed initiatives of the government of India in bringing back Vijay Mallya, who owes over rupees 9,000 crore in the Kingfisher Airlines fraud case. So keeping in view these particular circumstances, this bill has been recently passed by the cabinet, and this was first mentioned by the Honorable Finance Minister Shri Arun Jaitley in the budget speech of 2017-18, and now it is being given final shape. It has been approved by the cabinet and it will soon become a law after getting passed by both the houses of parliament. So if we try to simply decode this particular bill, we'll find that this bill is very easy once we understand who is a fugitive and who is an economic offender. Now in the bill we will find some technical definitions. Now first let us look at the simple meanings of these. So the fugitive means a person who has escaped from captivity or is in hiding. So this is a person who has escaped from captivity or he is hiding. Economic offences are those which are defined under Indian Penal Code, Prevention of Corruption Act, SEBI Act, Customs Act, Companies Act, Limited Liability Partnership Act, and Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. So economic offences have been given a very wide and broad meaning under this particular bill, and they cover all the offences in these particular laws or statutes. So this bill aims to stop the economic offenders who try to leave the country to avoid any due process of law. So under this bill, it empowers the government and investigating agencies to confiscate property as well as the assets of economic offenders and defaulters who flee India. And a wide range of offences have been covered under this particular bill, and they include willful loan defaults, cheating, forgery, fraud, fraudulent documents, duty evasion or non-repayment of deposits, and others. Also, offences which involve an amount of rupees 100 crore or more would fall under purview of this law. So this law will relate to only those offences where the amount is 100 crores or more. So this is a very important characteristic feature of this particular bill. Now if you look at the existing legal framework which is there with regard to economic offences in India, now in existing framework we have different kinds of laws, like there is SARFAESI Act, there is Recovery of Debts Due to Bank and Financial Institutions Act, and then again there is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, which is very much in news these days. Now this legal framework allows Enforcement Directorate to seize the assets and property of an accused as per Prevention of Money Laundering Act, but the existing laws do not allow complete non-conviction based attachment without any encumbrances. So even if the person is not convicted in this particular law, that is Fugitive Economic Offender Bill, you are going to get powers to attach their particular assets. This was not there in the existing laws. Now this non-conviction based asset confiscation for corruption related cases is enabled under the provisions of United Nations Convention Against Corruption, which has been ratified by India in 2011. So India is very much in power to take these particular actions under Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill of 2018. So why this particular bill has been brought in? So recently several instances have taken place of economic offenders like Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi, who have fled the jurisdiction of Indian court, anticipating that any commencement or starting of criminal proceedings against them may get them in trouble in India. Now once they flee from India, this hampers the investigation, it wastes precious time of courts of law and undermines the rule of law in India. And existing civil and criminal provisions are inadequate to deal with this issue. So to provide an effective, expeditious and constitutionally permissive deterrent, this bill is being brought. Now let's understand who will be a fugitive economic offender under this particular bill. Now any individual against whom a warrant for arrest in relation to a scheduled offence under this particular bill has been issued by any court in India. So if this has been done and that person leaves or has left India so as to avoid criminal prosecution, and if he is out of India, he refuses to return to India to face criminal prosecution, then that person would be classified as a fugitive economic offender. Now to deal with the fugitive economic offender, this bill proposes setting up of different kind of authorities. There would be a director, there would be a special court, and then there would also be an administrator. So a director appointed by the central government will file an application to a special court to declare the person as a fugitive economic offender. So an application will be filed by director in a special court to declare that person as a fugitive economic offender. And the director also has power to attach any property the accused holds. So director can attach the property of the accused. So the bill proposes setting up of special court under PMLA Act, and that court will be declaring a person as a fugitive economic offender, and the court will also be appointing an administrator to oversee the confiscated property of the offender. So these different authorities are going to be there. There is going to be a director who is going to file an application to the special court. There is going to be a special court which is going to declare a person fugitive economic offender under particular circumstances, and is also going to appoint an administrator to oversee the confiscated property of the offender. So how this procedure is going to work? The court will issue a notice to the person who has been named a fugitive economic offender by a director, and then within 6 weeks from that notice, the person will have to present themselves at the specified place at a specified time, and if they fail to do so, they will be regarded as a fugitive economic offender and their property would be confiscated. And once their property is confiscated, this is very important, the offender cannot file any civil claim. Administrator would be responsible for disposing of the property and to use the property in the settlement of creditors' claims. So this is all about the important provisions of the Fugitive Economic Offender Bill. Now let us look at different MCQs based on this topic. Recently, Union Cabinet has approved Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill 2018. The cases where the total value involved in such offences is dash or more will come under the purview of this bill. 50 crores, 100 crores, 200 crores, 500 crores. So this we have seen that the coverage would be offences of 100 crores and more. So answer would be option number B. Which of the following is not correct regarding which Fugitive Economic Offender Bill of 2018? The bill primarily empowers the government and investigating agencies to confiscate property and assets of economic offenders and defaulters who flee India. Bill also proposes setting up of a special court under the PMLA Act. Once the property is confiscated under the law, the offender can file a civil claim. The Fugitive Economic Offender Bill 2017 was mentioned by Finance Minister in budget speech in 2017-18. So here option number C would be the incorrect one, because a civil claim cannot be filed once the property is confiscated. Which of the following offences are covered under Fugitive Economic Offender Bill 2018? Willful loan defaults, cheating and forgery, forged or fraudulent document of electronic records, or all of the above. So under this, all these offences have been covered. So answer would be D, all of the above. Which of the following conditions need to be satisfied in order to declare a person fugitive economic offender under Fugitive Economic Offender Bill of 2018? A warrant for arrest in relation to scheduled offence has been issued. Concerned individual leaves or has left India so as to avoid criminal prosecution. concerned individual refuses to return to India to face criminal prosecution, all of the above. So this we have seen that all the conditions need to be satisfied here. So answer here would be D, all of the above. Which of the following is incorrect regarding the role of director appointed by the central government under Fugitive Economic Offender Bill of 2018? Director will file an application to a special court to declare a person as a fugitive economic offender. Director has the power to attach any property the accused holds. Director will be responsible for overseeing the confiscated property and disposing it for satisfaction of the creditor's claims. All are correct. So this we have seen that administrator would be responsible for overseeing the confiscated property and disposing it. So here option number C would be the incorrect one. Which of the following is incorrect regarding the existing laws for trial of economic offenders, that is the legal framework prior to passing of Fugitive Economic Offender Bill 2018? Existing laws include SURFACE Act, Recovery of Debts Due to Bank and Financial Institutions Act, and Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Current law framework allows Enforcement Directorate to seize the property and assets of an accused as per the rules under PMLA Act. The existing laws do not allow complete non-conviction based attachment without any encumbrances, or all are correct. So this again we have seen that under the existing legal framework all these are correct. So answer would be option number D. So these are the answers. So guys, this was all about the Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill of 2018. Thank you.